Hello, it's a rainy when what's it called? Thursday. It's been raining all morning. Yes, and it's still raining tonight. But hey, we're here. And yes, it's Heartlines, a space where we talk all things relationship, friendship, marriage, wellness, and just the general well-being of us as humans. This is a safe space where we can discuss everything, that helps to protect our sanity as a people. And of course, my name is Osaywa Mesale, and I am not going to be doing this alone. I have with me Precious. Precious has joined me via Zoom. Hopefully, Sajo will join us much later. Hi, Precious.
Hi,
How are you?
hi. I'm good. I'm good.
How is Port Harcourt? Is it raining in Port Harcourt like it's raining here? It's been raining all
It
morning.
rained all day,
Wow.
all day.
Wow, wow, wow. And somebody was saying to me when I called earlier, we are on the island in Lagos. So they said there was no rain on the mainland. I said, that's strange. With all the rain that's been falling all morning. So I will need to confirm now if the rain finally got there.
Exactly.
How are you? How is Port Harcourt?
Port Harcourt is fine.
Okay.
Just the rains that was just a little bit uncomfortable today because I mean you won't be able to move around freely.
Does it flood in Port Harcourt as it does in Lagos?
Yes and no. Yes, it floods, but not as much as it does in Lagos.
Interesting. I've only been to your city once, so it was one boyfriend that carried me there. Or it was a
Uh,
it was
uh,
it was a potential boyfriend. The man was trying to marry me. So I
uh,
entered
uh,
I entered the city at night, and I think he did something, but usually I don't go to those kind of movement on my own. I went with my older sister. So we got there at night,
okay.
and he was trying to be like funny or something. Before, and the next morning was sanitation. I said, before sanitation, see, I'm going to wake you at 4 a.m. You are going to go and take me back to the car park. So I have a horrible experience. And since then, so literally I didn't even enter Port Harcourt. I don't know what it looks like because it was from the bus garage or whatever. Because I was still a student in university. We went to the house. His sister was there. Everybody was there.
Okay.
They were already acting like I ah
Interview.
I say, I beg. this is not what I. This is not what I. It's too much. So 4
So
a.m. I
please
woke
come to
up.
Port Harcourt.
I have to because I really want to eat that Port
I
Harcourt
went back
fish,
to
fish and
first part.
bolly.
Yes,
I've been hearing so much about it. My sister stayed there for
please,
4 years. I
please.
have to. I have to. I have to.
We have so many delicacies. We have so many things for you to see and do and have a wonderful time.
I
So you're
will.
welcome anytime you're ready.
I will. I'll come. I'll come. I'll come. All right. So I mean, Precious, this conversation we're having tonight is quite deep, right?
Yes.
It's quite deep because the realities of fame and the realities of how lost fame, all of a sudden you lose the fame, and almost you that probably the world was calling you and everything, all of a sudden
Yeah.
there's a deafening. In fact, if a needle drops, you can hear the sound of the needle. That's how it works. And this is actually coming off of the story that we saw that was trending on social media
Yeah.
of this famous footballer Paul Pogba, where he was talking about how everybody, even events that they would normally call him for, the fashion week and all of that, completely his phone became silent,
Island. Yeah.
after he was banned from football. Precious, first of all, do you even understand? Have you been in that space where, you know, you were, first of all, the shining star, and all of a sudden everybody just shifted away from you? Have you ever been in that situation?
Personally, no, but
Mm.
I've seen people who have been in that situation, and it can be difficult to explain sometimes because the switch is so instant that it would seem as if the person was daydreaming. Like, am I sure this thing happened? Did this just happen? The sense of betrayal that it even comes with. Because all of a sudden, you who thought you were the most important person, around, now nobody send you basically. Nobody seeks your opinion anymore. Probably, they've even lost all respect for you. So it's not a good thing at all.
It's not, oh. I remember having this conversation. I've been in that space before, right? Oh, it was almost everybody who are this, who are that, and all of that. And when I had to now step back away from the lamplight, it now became, like quietly, they will still come around, but you could tell that the difference, there was a clear difference. Oh, the thing that you had, you don't have it anymore. So I think
Anymore.
I think what then eventually happened to me, I learned, how to be intentional about placing value on the things that matter. I don't know whether you're getting the point, because you see,
Yeah.
it is very easy for us to mistake the position that we're in, right? To think that
Mm-hmm.
is that is
Mm-hmm.
that position that we're in, and all the attention that the position attracts. It is very easy for us to mistake it, to think it is us that is attracting those attention. Now the seat
Yeah.
where you sit down, now the position where you
Yes.
occupy, that is what attracts the
Exactly.
attention. It has never been about you. So when that thing happened to me, I think it just kind of gave me a factory reset. My sister always says it, that this trajectory I was going, I was feeling on top of the world, and all of those things. That's it. Maybe I would have probably just lost a lot, before it would have been too late, to pull me back. Now, the way I approach successes, the way I approach, and that's why I'm not overly excited. I'm not overly, you understand, because I clearly understand that all this attention that I'm getting, it's not because Uwa is fine.
Okay.
It's not because Uwa is great. It's just the fact that where Uwa is, you understand, she's in the position where I can get some things, I can, and all of that. So I was able to
Yes.
separate it. And I think coming out of that, it helped me a lot. So now when somebody is coming, you understand, I'm able to gauge, are you coming because of Uwa, or you're coming because of what you think I can offer you? I think it just
Yeah.
helped me. I don't know. But that's what I heard
Yes.
when Paul Pogba was talking about how everybody, including his wife, you understand, everybody, all the people that would normally call him for events, call him for whatever, including his wife, when he was talking about that thing. Oh my God. I think, do we need to listen to that audio again? I think let's listen to it again. Precious, I want
Yes.
us to
Let's listen
dissect
to
it.
it.
I'm telling you, I think we should listen to it.
I really realized what's life. Because there's no Paul Pogba, the famous guy, the player and everything. Because people were avoiding life is really like that. When you take something out of, you take something that's something that you love, you realize how much you love it and you appreciate it.
Absolutely. I mean,
Yeah.
I learned to appreciate a lot of things after my own experience. So Precious, listening to what Boba was saying again, just rewatching this video again. There are so many things in your head, and I'm sure you would like to share.
Yes. So you would understand from his statement that this was somebody who thought he had gotten to the pinnacle of his success. So he felt everybody around him was with him because they loved him, because they knew him. He made a comment by saying, "Oh, he's no longer, Pogba, the star, the football star, and all that." He felt these people were with him, not because of his different achievements. And then to go from being acceptable by these people to being someone that they don't even want to talk to in less than 24 hours or in less than a couple of days can be really devastating. So he was heartbroken. And then it's not just that people on the outside did it. He also had a
A
betrayal from
wife.
within, a betrayal from within his wife, who should have been able to stand by him and say, look, let's weather this storm together. I mean, it cannot all be roses. There have to be thorns in between.
Precious, can I be real on this show
Yeah.
tonight? I want to just pour out my heart. You know why? Because I always question intentions. Because even in
Yes.
marriage, people have intentions. Oh,
Yes.
I love you, but there's something. You understand? There's something. See, these things are not, it's not only Pogba's example. Remember when President Jonathan, when it was announced that Buhari had become president-elect, everybody just shifted. The same thing with Governor Ambode. He also experienced the same thing. You understand? All of a sudden, you become irrelevant. So it was never about you. It was always about the position you occupied. There's something
Yes.
my pastor used to say, that for a while, whenever he's going to his estate, as soon as he's getting to the estate gate, the security man will say, Sean sir, I hate sir, and he passes, he feels good with himself. He said one of those days, he said, okay, instead of driving his normal SUVs and all of that he would drive, he took the children's, those school runs car, the car they use for school
Yeah.
runs, those small salon cars. And by the time he was approaching the gate, he was expecting, okay, by the time he's getting to the gate, they will raise their hand, Sean sir, and all of that. That they were just going and he said they did not see that I'm the one. He said it was that day it dawned on him that it was not him that they were hailing, it was the car.
The position.
And Precious, you see these things in traffic.
Yes.
Have you observed when you are driving an SUV? So I alternate cars. So when I'm driving an SUV, you see all those people coming to beg. They are permanently by your window trying to beg you. But when you are driving regular cars, and all of that, they will just walk past you. There's a Sienna bus that we have in the office. Sometimes when I'm driving, they will just walk past. So it is the programming of the human mind. It is the programming of the human mind. And let me tell you, Precious, there's something that I know that got into my head. Even you that is famous, or you that is probably things are going on for you, it gets into your head. You remember how
Yeah.
Pogba was? You understand? He was
Yeah.
that very, like he felt untouchable. Nobody can, he's the great, he's talented, he's whatever. So all that your achievement begins to get into your head, and it plays off in your character. And I'm sure that was what would have possibly happened that eventually landed him the ban on the football thing. I don't really know the full gist, but I'm just
Yeah.
saying, for me, the attention I was getting got into my head. And because it got into my head, it affected my character and everything. So when all of those things left, I think it was just God that needed to say, this one, I need to save your soul. Let me save you from yourself. Because if I don't save you from yourself, you become, so when I saw this video, I was just shaking my head. I said, no, this is the reality of a lot of people. And that's why you see
Yes.
that even in Nigeria, you see a lot of wealthy people, they hold on to what it is that they have, because you can tell that if I lose that, that is the only thing that gives me
That's the
identity.
only thing. Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
That is the only thing that makes me relevant in the eye of people. That is the only thing that makes it look like. So you see, that's why they hold on to all of those things. So, Precious, I don't know. There is silent abandonment when fame is
There
lost.
is.
You
There
know.
is. And it's not just about maybe something that happened to you in adulthood. Do you know that even as kids, so you're in a house where you have multiple siblings, you're not an only child, and you could come back home with your third term results, the promotional exam results, and your parents expected that you should have had a particular score, and probably you did not, and maybe your younger brother or your younger sister, but someone younger than you, scored higher than you, or their results were better. You hear comments like, I'll buy you biscuits, I will not buy you biscuits. So from childhood, we have been conditioned to associate ourselves with what we look at as success based on someone else's standard, or even based on our own perceived standard. So it's like, don't talk to this person, he didn't do well in school. You are the one that is doing well in school. These people now grow up, get jobs, and it is the one who, every time the family needs assistance, money, whatever, that is the one that is always there. It doesn't matter that child's position in the family as per birth order. That particular child, even if he's the last child, will suddenly become the most, wanted. the most admired? Can't you be like your brother? Are you not seeing how your sister is doing? Or things like, we've decided on, we're supposed to decide on a matter, but because this person hasn't made up his mind, what he wants to say, everything will be on hold. So by the time it now starts playing out in our adult lives, we just, as long as it's not you, it's happening to someone else, you just shake it off and say, well, he or she will pick up, pieces of their life and move on. But we forget that it happens in wider circles, it happens in smaller circles, it happens to the wealthy, it happens to the poor. So it's not something that we should not talk about. We're actually supposed to talk about it, because if I am famous and then for whatever reason I stop being famous, I think I should still be worthy of friendship. I think I should still be worthy of love. My
So
position.
the question, sorry to
Yeah.
cut you, Precious. The question would be, did you really have people that genuinely cared about you in the first place?
Oh no, you didn't.
Do you know why I say this? So I know someone, he was the breadwinner of the family, firstborn, taking care of the mother, taking care of his siblings, taking care of everybody. His younger brother then got a job. He was working in an oil and gas company. The younger brother got a job in an oil and gas company as well. Something led to another. He then lost his job as the head of the family, senior, firstborn, and all of that. It was almost automatic and immediate. The focus just shifted to the point that this was someone that the parents, siblings, everybody will always come and stay in his house. None of those things happened anymore. They just shifted to the direction. So the point I'm trying to make, if your family members, like the people that are supposed to be your ride or die, if they are the ones doing this, then who are we to point fingers at that wife? Or who are we to point fingers at friends for abandoning us? Because these are pure reality that happens. And that's why you see that a lot of people, they do everything possible to desperately keep certain kinds of status. Not because, you understand, they cannot also just say, let me just be living my life simple. But because they know once those things are gone, they become redundant, they become irrelevant, they are abandoned. But how fair is that? Does it mean that we cannot find genuine people that will stay by you and be with you no matter what, whether you have in your season or out of season?
We do. We have genuine friends, but like in everything that has to do with life, there's always the good and the bad. Because of this particular Proba's case, people are beginning to reevaluate their friendships and their associations. And like I said, if that thing does not happen near you, you might not even understand what's going on. But once you now find out that it's happening within your circle of influence, you're forced to sit back and say, look, do I have good friends? And most importantly, am I a good friend? Am I a good sister? Am I a good daughter? Have I played my part in, this journey called life, to say I've done what I'm supposed to do, I'm a good person? Because if I'm a good person, there is a very good likelihood that I will also be able to attract my kind of people. I might not always have 100% good people around me, but there would at least be one or two that, even when, for instance, lost fame happens, one or two people will still be able to stand by me. But where everybody abandoned you, most often than not, you're part of the problem.
Are you sure, Precious?
If like I said, you should be able to have one, as little as one or two. But if everybody completely abandons you, that's not your family, not your family member, not your childhood friends. If you've gone through the different stages of life as far age-wise, you would have friends in every category. So there are people who knew you, when you were toddlers, people play together in nursery school, primary school. There are sets of friends that knew you in secondary school. You have another set that knew you in your tertiary education. And then, in your place of business or your office, you have other sets of friends, and then maybe in church. All of these people put together, if they abandon you,
then there's a problem with you.
then there's a problem with you. At least in one or two groups, one or two people will say, no, bad as he bad, I am still this person's friend. And if they are with you, they can actually help you heal better and probably, take
So
better decisions
Precious,
going forward.
how do we identify real friendships? Right?
I wish there was
No,
a rule book.
because I think because you see, this is what I tell my children. I tell them, I say, see, everybody that comes into your life, they come with a motive. And this is me talking based on experiences and years of experiences that I have experienced with different kinds of people. And I'm now beginning to accept human beings for who they are, that they will they will forever be humans. Everybody has an intention. Everybody has a motive. What I tell my children is that the prayer you should pray is that let the motive or the intention, no matter how, whatever it is, let it still be something that gives you room to also do well. You understand? Let it not be like a one-sided, because honestly, talking to you, you're on Heartlines, we need each other, mutually beneficial. Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm talking to Precious today because she comes on the show and she makes amazing contributions to the show. So I'll try to keep, a decent connection, a decent relationship with with Precious. But that is me. That is why I say that I want to be really honest and vulnerable here. That is the reality. Everybody around me right now, there has to be one or two things that I'm probably benefiting from the person, right? You understand? Either as a way of maybe service or as a way of a support system or whatever. But the thing I say to my children is that the prayer you should just pray is that, okay, even though they are coming because they see that, you have something that they need, you understand? The prayer you should pray is that let them also at least have the mind to say, okay, you know what, no matter what I'm taking from you, I also want to give you something and leave you better and leave you, doing well as well. Not meeting those people that once anything goes wrong in your life, they don't move because they were only there to milk you. They were only there to be parasitic in nature. Do you understand? So the truth about friendship or the truth about relationships, people would always have intentions. You understand?
Yes.
So my only prayer is that let your intention also at least favor me as it is favoring you, because you will not come to me if I don't favor you. So the prayer is that let it be a mutual favor. You understand?
Yeah.
So back to the question, right? Because we already have established that fact. People would always have intentions. But how would you be able to tell at least this is a friendship that is worth also investing in? Because it is, and it is even worse off now with social media, right? Social media now, before they talk to you, Precious, they've gone to check your social media handle. How many followers does she have? How many? Okay, Precious, come, let's go and do lunch, because they know that Precious will post the lunch, and if she posts the lunch,
and tag them.
Hey, Connie man die, Connie man bury, and my papa, they always they talk. So there is always a motive. So even with relationships now, you can't even have genuine conversations. You can't have genuine friendship. You can't just go for a simple lunch or whatever without somebody trying to see, okay, how do I take advantage of this situation? So if that is the case, how do we determine who are the friends to really, draw close to? How do we do that?
Unfortunately, there is no set down, rules and regulations for friendships. What we advise is, you know what is right as a person, you know what is good. You know the things that would make life easier for the person that you want to be their friend. try and be honest, try and be kind, try and have the interest of others at heart. Don't, outrightly or intentionally seek out to harm anyone. Now, if you do all of these things, you just leave it to faith, because life will always bring people around you. Sometimes it's just to test you, honestly. Now, it now leaves you to have the wisdom to, okay, this person is just here to test me, and that's it. If you're fortunate enough to have, meet somebody of like mind like you, who now develops a strong friendship with you, then that's beautiful. People have had lifelong true friends, and people have had true friends for a short period of time, and then maybe life happened and they went their separate ways, or they lost touch or something. And then people have also had terrible friends. But because we've been able to personally, each and every one of us has been able to experience both a good friend and a bad friend in various degrees. I'm not saying the person that was bad was really, really bad, but every adult human being can say personally, this is what I think is a good friend to me, and this is what I think is a bad friend to me. And even among our friends, whether we like it or not, most times we know, but we just overlook. We like to see the good in everybody. Some people are just like that. They are just jolly good fellows. And so warnings will come, instances will happen, examples will be given as to why this person is not a good fit for you. But you will overlook and overlook until the person will now act out their bad intentions or bad motives. And then you now start saying, oh, I had a bad friend. And then sometimes it's just through no fault of yours. Somebody can just decide to be a bad friend to you. Is it a good experience? No. Take what you need to take from the situation, give your heart and move forward. Yes.
You know what? Let's go on a break. When we come back from that break, I want us to touch on you now as a person. How do we start to approach life differently? Because it's very important. All that experience helped me to wake up. And that's why now nothing gets into my head. If people, oh, thank you, nice. Sometimes it has become bad because people say I don't show emotions. I say because there's nothing, because in the end, you just need to, I think to some level, maturity has set in. So I'm not easily moved. I'm not easily carried away. And once you are coming close to me, I'm already dissecting things, I don't know if it's a good thing or it's a bad thing, but hey, that is where I am right now. But let's take a break. When we come back from the break, hopefully we'll be able to open our phone lines again and have people join the conversation, or you send in your messages. Stay with us.
Stay tuned. Heartlines will be right back.
This season on Heartlines, we're committed to making a difference in people's lives. So Heartlines, in partnership with Reda Consult, is offering 12 free slots of counseling every quarter for people in need of professional counseling. Additionally, we're taking on 2 pro bono cases for individuals navigating a challenging divorce. To participate, please send an email to counsel@vedaconsult.com with your story. Our team will carefully review all submissions and will contact all the shortlisted candidates. Heartlines is live Mondays to Fridays at 10 p.m., so engage with us.
Thanks for staying with us on Heartlines.
All right, thanks for staying with us. Now, if you just tuned in, it is the lost fame and the realities of silent abandonment. That's what we're having a conversation around tonight. And I have with me Precious, and she's joined us via Zoom. Please, you can join the conversation. Send us an SMS or WhatsApp to 081-803-84663. Our phone lines are also now open. The numbers to call 070-250-07749 or 070-1424-2420. Those are the numbers. You can join in the conversation, and please just share your story. Precious, so I mean, thank you again. I wouldn't have been able to do this on my own
Yeah.
without you. So Precious, so I tell you, it's so you know how you're trying to restrain yourself from saying some things, right? Um, because this thing, you see it even amongst your family members, right? Like you rightly said,
Yeah,
you will not be called for certain kinds of meeting. Waiting that one get to contribute, you don't get anything. It's a terrible feeling.
exactly.
I know it's even worse off if you probably were that guy where everybody, or that girl where everybody was going to call, they'll make sure they get your opinion, and all of a sudden, because
Yeah,
you are no longer, maybe you don't have the fame anymore, the finance or anything anymore, all of a sudden you become so relegated to the back burner. I mean, it's such a terrible feeling, right? It's such a terrible
it
feeling.
is.
And I think, for me, why I said that I would love for us to start to help people, especially if you are famous today, right? How you should approach life, and do it differently. I think some people are beginning to get it, because some people are very conscious of this, and they are making sure that they stay grounded. You hear some celebrities tell you that, it is that friend that we used to eat amala together, he said the buka. Those are still the friends that
Yeah,
I have, because they know that all these ones that are coming around me, these ones are just here because of the fame. Oh. You understand? If anything happens, it is that
yes,
person inside that koro that we grew up together that will still be my person. So if you notice, a lot of people are now intentionally making sure they stay in touch with those old buddies of theirs, making sure that those people are the ones that are there. They keep the relationship, they do everything to protect the friendship, because it is hard to find. And sometimes, I think, just going by a lot of things that unfold, when that fame is there, even you at some point you lose yourself, right? So that's why I'm saying that, how do we start to intentionally stay grounded and approach life, in a way that, even when all of these things, because every day they say to everything there's a time and season, there will always be
yeah.
a downtime.
Right. So personal good, that your importance don't tie to the current fame that you enjoy. Current fame that you enjoy. So it can be very simple. For instance, probably I'm known as Delicious, but my name is Precious. So when I go to some place, just because I want to be recognized, I'll always introduce myself as Delicious, because that's, for instance, probably I'm known as Delicious, but my name is Precious. So when I go to some place, just because I want to be recognized, I'll always introduce myself as Delicious, because that's, and that's what you're famous for. Not every time people should be shouting honorable, honorable everywhere. Have a name, or you did it because you really, really loved it, or you did it because you really, really loved it. Because when your own downtimes come, it will be easy. The universe, you see, this world has a way of giving you what you give it. It might not always be, 100%, but it will try to be as fair as possible. Then please learn to embrace. You see this particular one, people know how to look down on people a lot when they are at the top, especially people that in their mind have imperfections. What are you doing here? You are not supposed to be here. Who brought you here? You are not qualified just because you are the Oga today. So you blow out of proportions every imperfection that comes around you. You now look at yourself as too high and mighty. When the tables turn, don't be surprised when you are met with the same character that you gave out to others.
Or even worse off.
Or even worse off.
Or even worse off.
There are people who would, swear and say, except I no go dead, I no remain for this office. When this man retire and they are coming back for maybe to fill one form or to do one thing, I will make sure I deal with him.
They will show you Shege Pro Max.
They will just sit down, no worry, you will sit down from morning till night. you now start crying, and all of that. So you learn to approach life differently now that you are famous.
So
So that
yeah, go ahead.
in case something happens and you are no longer famous, you would at least have one or two lifelines to hold on to.
Okay, so Precious, I was just going to ask that, is it possible that we start to intentionally test all spirits, right? Because again, because I also believe that there will always be genuine people, but sometimes it will also take time to be able to find those people. I have a few friends that we all grew up in the north together in Kaduna. These are like, so, and guess what? We don't talk every day. In fact, there's one of my friend
Yeah.
doing, every year I forget her birthday. Every year I forget her birthday. But you know how somebody loves you to the point that she knows that it is not because, you understand, Uwa does not care about me, or it's not because Uwa feels she's famous or whatever. She just knows me, that this one, you're a lost cause. I love you regardless. Like, can we just start to have those genuine people? Not that because I forget your birthday, all of a sudden I've become the whatever, and you're not able to
Social
just,
media posts.
yeah, for the post. And not, do you know that, Precious, it's so hard for me to go on social media to wish somebody happy birthday, that especially the people that I have personal relationship with. If I have not gone to your WhatsApp, to send you a private message on WhatsApp to say happy birthday, I won't go to social media. Especially my friends that I have that closeness with. I find it very distasteful that you want to do something, you go on social media to post. Meanwhile, see you. You've not called me. How are you doing? Do you understand what I'm saying? Because that's why I'm asking that. Is it possible for us to start to test all spirit? Because when you test human beings, you would know these things are actually not difficult to spot. You understand? The authenticity of people, it is not difficult to spot. And I feel like, again, when you are grounded, your head is down, you are able to see, you understand, and filter people. I was saying to someone, jokingly, I say, you better be here for me now before I blow, because once I blow, that time I will treat you like every other person, because it means that you're only coming because I have blown. You don't understand? Because that's the reality. That's the reality. And that's why we have a lot of fake people all over the place. Fake smiles, fake, like it is fake life, everything all over the place. Even down to your friends, down to the people, like everybody. Oh, hi. And you can't find me in all those all those events. I run away from them.
I don't have the energy for
the amount of fakeness, Franca and I will always gossip. Franca says, see all this was. When we go for some event, by the time we will see the event on social media, we say, Franca, not be the event when me and you go be this.
So you will not be wondering, was I there? When did this one happen again?
The way they take package the thing, you're going to wonder, say, hey, Abi. But reality, because we live right now, social media is the platform where everybody is there to paint an impression, to put a narrative out there. So it is so difficult for you to be able to filter genuine people. So that's what I'm asking again. Shouldn't we start to intentionally do some small litmus tests? Let's be testing
people.
Yes, you can. Yeah, because before I bring you into my life, I told this thing to my son. I said, see, you must learn to box people. Professional friends, keep them in one place. Social friends, keep them in one place. Career friends, put them in one place. Church friends, put them in one place. The people that are permitted to come into your inner circle friends, that's your tiny circle, and it's very tiny. Those ones, they must have passed different levels of tests before you now say, okay, this one qualifies, because this one has proven beyond all reasonable doubts that yes, the person is here not because of my intelligence, not because of this, but the person is here because the person just genuinely loves who I am. Shouldn't we start to do that?
Yes, we can do all of that. And the thing is, life gives us this test on its own. Most times you don't even have to do anything about it. And that's why I said, as long as you go out there looking for genuine friendships, make sure you're also a good friend. Now, when life throws this test at us, let us also be serious about understanding what life is trying to tell us. You see this? I believe he will change. I believe she will change. I believe it's in the past. Your belief has no bearing on the direction of their character. They will still do what they want to do despite what you believe. So when life has shown you already that this person is to be trusted, please trust that person. When life says this person is not to be trusted, then don't trust that person.
Precious, this thing you've said there, it was somebody that said when somebody introduces themselves to you once, believe them.
Exactly.
Do you understand what I'm saying? And guess what? Because these things are not hidden, I do this all the time with every human being around me. I know what you are capable of doing. I know what you cannot do. Do you understand? I might be quiet, I'll just be watching you, but I know. So when people have introduced themselves to you the first time, believe them. It is very possible that people like this, you must have probably used your fame and whatever to woo their interest and all of that. Already this person tells you, look at this guy that was deported from the US. The Ogbemudia guy, what's that his name? This Simon guy that was married to the Real Housewife lady, Portia.
Yes.
You understand?
Yeah.
For God's sake, is it that you did not know that this person was coming because of what you could offer her? I mean, why do we like to deceive ourselves? It's the reality.
Because
what
we
you
like
just
to
said.
Think we're relevant.
Yes.
Yeah.
Once somebody has shown you who they are, believe them. Don't ever carry that impression that, oh, this person will change over time when they see how good or how nice I am. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. So I mean,
people introduce themselves either using their words or their actions.
Absolutely.
So there are conversations you would have. So I tell people, if you know your values, to filter people. So you pick one of your values and turn it into a conversation. Listen to what the person says about that already will tell you whether that wants to be your friend or not. Because if our values are different, that means when something happens and I say yes, you know, and it's going to become a bigger problem.
Absolutely. I said this same lecture. Yeah, I said the same lecture to my you as a person, Precious, you have certain values that you stand by, that you live by. You understand? So when somebody is coming into your life as a friend, run them through the lenses of that value. Does it align? If the answer is no, then there's no need. Somehow humans, we are very sentimental. You understand? We try to follow because, see, now, it is very easy. If you want to come into my life and be my friend, you're my friend. But if you want to come into my life and you want to be, a professional, be a professional. But I will not try to mix things. You understand? If you want to be a work colleague, be a work colleague. But you see, for you to get to that point of intimacy with me in terms of close friendship, it means that you must have earned it over time. It is not something that as you are just coming, I hand that over to you. I must start to what's it called? Evaluate you at different levels. You understand? Then you can now tell whether this person qualifies. There's a particular person that I have right now in my life. I've already categorized her. This is just okay. Once in a while, you want to gist, you gist, and that's it. Because I have tested. Unfortunately, she did not know, but I tested her at different things, with different things, and I realized that no, this person only comes to take because she knows that I add a lot of value in terms of intellectual contributions, in terms of just strategic contributions, creative contributions to her work and her business. But she has not reciprocated that. So I already know. You understand? So now what I do is that if it is something I can give, I would give her. If it is the counsel, it is whatever I give her. But I know not to look out for anything from her.
Know your place.
Do you understand what I'm saying? I know not to look out for anything from her. So tomorrow, if anything happens, that maybe something happens and I'm not available anymore, and she goes underground and goes quiet on me, or she goes silent on me, I will not feel anything because I already
You
understood.
no,
Yes,
no, no.
I had taken my time
Yeah.
to understudy her, and I know that this is the place that she belongs. So I think even with relationships, be it marriage, you understand? I remember somebody asking his wife, if I had an accident today and I lost both limbs, would you stay in this marriage? She couldn't answer the question. She couldn't answer the question. So even in marriage, you should know. You should start to intentionally ask so that you don't invest so much, because some people, thank God for Pogba, he's actually a very strong person, and I'm so happy that he's able to take it in and learn the lessons from it and just leave, because that is
Yes,
the
he's
reality.
learned his
That
lesson.
those actions don't make you weak, they actually make you stronger. It makes you bigger and better. So tomorrow when something comes, you're strong. Look at what happened with
Yeah.
Tiger Woods as well. So I'm happy that he's strong. But do you know that some people would not have survived that? You understand? Some people that did not have strong emotional, what's it called, cushion, would not
Yeah.
have survived that. A lot of people would have gone to unalive themselves just because they feel like nobody is even talking to them anymore. Nobody
Yeah.
cares. You understand? Everybody has abandoned them. So
Yes.
and I think the thing should be on us. Let us be intentional about building ourselves, building our capacity, categorizing and putting people in boxes, and just living our lives, understanding that humans would always
Exactly.
be humans. I think
Be
that would help.
humans.
Mm,
Yes. Yes, yes. And going forward, because he has learned his lesson, he's going to try to make more meaningful relationships, more meaningful friendships.
absolutely,
It's no
absolutely.
longer going to be surface friendships, You just meet the person today, tomorrow you are besties. It's no longer going to be like that, because that's how it's supposed to be. If you're starting any project, you take time to understand that project. You take time to say, oh, this is how this project is going to be. This is how long it's going to last. A friendship is also a project. You don't just jump
Absolutely.
into, say, let us sail anywhere the wind takes us.
Precious, it's not only friendship. A marriage is a project. Friendship
He said,
is a
yes, yes, of
project.
course.
The pikin wey you born with your hand come this
It's
world
a
na
project.
project. You understand? Your
Yes,
sibling is a project. You understand what I'm saying? You can't,
yes.
because there is that thing called human before the being in the life of everybody. You must understand that it is human nature. You understand? It's just like you telling a fish, you understand, to fly. It's not in the nature of a fish to fly. It is in the nature of the fish to swim. So
Yeah,
the human nature, disappointment and all these things is part of human nature. It is only
nature, yes.
human beings that have taken their time to work on themselves that now start to move on a higher frequency. That is the only, you understand, that's what changes the game. So I was just going to say, my mantra, suspect everybody until they prove you wrong. You understand? Everybody is guilty until they prove themselves innocent. Don't just
Yeah.
approach people and think, oh, this person is so nice, they can't hurt it. No, 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 no. Everybody is a suspect until you prove yourself innocent.
Yes, and don't be
That's
so
how I
quick
deal with
to
people.
accept friendships. Yes.
So
So there are people who are
you
really
must
good.
earn my
Yes.
trust, you must earn my friendship, you must earn you must earn it. I can't give it to you for free. Ah,
Don't be coerced into starting a friendship with someone
nah.
that you, in a million years, you probably would not have been able to start a friendship with. Some people like,
That's so
pity me.
true.
Every time she asks me how am I, if I don't give her face now, she will say I'm proud. No, not everybody should be your friend.
At all.
Not everybody should be in your inner
At
circle
all.
of
Please
friendship.
call me proud. I will proudly take the title. You know that. Let me go back to my Port Harcourt. What's it called? That guy.
Sorry.
You know how he
Yeah.
was. You know how you come so. Very. You want to enter my life. You want to. He was trying to prove that he was a good guy. He was this. He was that. Me. And that time I never get this kind of sense where I get to. But I said no, 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 no. There's something off. I said
And thank God
no.
you went with your sister. Yes, so.
No, normally I don't do those kind of waka at all. But since they were insisting, no, please come and meet my family, because he really wanted to marry me and all of that, I said no. So guess what? Because I am that, no, I said no, no. This one, it cannot. You cannot be. You are, see, let me be the one to tell you that you're a good person. Don't be trying to force it on me that you are a good person. Let me experience you. And when I've experienced you, I will not say, no, you are a good person. That guy. Now God make me escape.
Carry full family, God drop for you for sweep, wash.
Oh my God. Well, Precious, I mean, this has been an amazing conversation. And please, I just want to appeal to someone out there. See, the realities of fame, especially when it's lost, is that truly there's that, that detachment. A lot of people, they move away from you. But trust me, you're not alone. If you need to speak to someone, if you need help, or you see this video and you think somebody needs to hear this, please share it with them. The fact that you lost fame does not mean that you have lost everything. There are still people that are genuinely, concerned about your well-being. And these people would help you through that process, bounce you back to life. So send us an email, counsel@vedaconsult.com. Send us an email and reach out to all. I mean, Precious is an amazing counselor. We have amazing counselors there. So just reach out to anybody. They'll be willing to listen to you and help you through the process. I hope you loved and enjoyed, the conversation today. Please share this link to someone that truly needs to hear this message. We love you guys. We'll see you guys tomorrow, same time. Enjoy the rest of your evening.